Hello everyone. I know I'm not sporting the company jumper, but at least it's orange. And the reason I'm not sporting the jumper, guys, is because it's Sunday. And I'm meant to be on holiday. I bet you thought that you weren't going to get a video out of me this side of my holiday. You think, why the bloody hell don't you just have a weekend off, Lee? Well, because I've just had to print something off for my wife. Let's do this up because this feels a little bit loose. Hang on. I've just come to give the van a wash, although it's a bit of a waste of time because it's nasty weather. But look at that. That is still a bloody good looking van. As good looking as you can get with a van. And also what I've come to do is clean the back of the van out and put mine and my father-in-law, Ray's electric bikes in, ready for a little trek around Centre Parks away from the missus and kids. So yeah, got to try and get me cases in here. Got a bit of room at the back there, got plenty of room here, so shouldn't be too bad. And also what I've come in to do is, I know it sounds a little bit boring, but I ordered some ink and it never turned up Friday, and John is desperate for job cards. So I've just printed some job cards out, just printed some invoices out. I won't show you them. Those are about 10 invoices that I hadn't printed out already. So, yeah, that's it. I'm going home now, guys. It is 4:45 on a Sunday evening, but we are going to be back in here in about 2 hours because the rugby club have got fireworks on next door, and we always congregate at work here. Two reasons. One, because we've got the nice light here. We get the heaters on and get the family all outside. And two, because it's free. We don't have to go in the rugby club. I know it's for charity. And a lot of you are going to have a dig at me about that. But when there's about 22 of us, even a fiver a head gets a bit pricey, to be honest. But yeah, we just order pizzas and come in here. So really looking forward to my holiday, guys. But you know what I'm like. I can't stay out of here. We've got plenty going on in here. It looks like John has got the pistons on the rods there for the 1275. Oh, I have to apologise. In my last video in the main channel, I said that was an MGB, but it's not. It's a 1275. Anyway, the reason I'm doing a video today, I just want to talk a little bit about what is going on with the three vehicles, or the three orange vehicles. Not that the E30 is orange yet, but yeah, so the E30, I haven't heard anything from Mikey. I haven't been hassling him. I know he's been away. He's done one or two drift days. He was on holiday, obviously. He's been cracking on lately. And like a lot of you said, look, don't hassle the boy. For Christ's sake, he's done quite a lot of work. Bear in mind, we haven't even had that car a year yet. Quite a lot of work has been done to that. And really, although it seems miles away at the moment, once Mikey is done with that and we've sort of done a dummy build, it's ready to paint and then put back together. So it's not a million miles away. Engine is all done. We've seen that. But still pretty, innit? Lovely S50. If you're new to the channel, that's the reason I'm showing you this. If you're new to the channel, we're building an E30. We're doing a DTM E30 M3 replica. It's a recreation. It's not a proper M3. It's a 320 shell with 325 running gear, etc. But we are obviously, we've got big brake kit. We're going to have center lock hubs on it with 3-piece wheels, fully caged. And this is the 3.2 M3 engine out of the E36. Yes, it would have been nice to find an S14, but we know how rare they are now. And if you can find one, they're extortionate money. And to be honest with you, these things, 320, 330 horsepower, straight out the crate, fantastic motor. You've got the 6-cylinder sound. So we bought this engine off a guy who watches the channel, Peter Denton, I think. Peter Dent, can't remember now. Sorry, Peter. Can't remember your surname. He had this one in his drift car, which was an E30. So we bought this engine at a bargain price, really, compared to what most of these are fetching. And we decided to, obviously, we weren't going to touch it to start with, but it was a bit grubby. And obviously, like Paul said, we build engines. You've got to build the motor if we're building this car. If this is going to be our sort of flagship car. We've got to build it. So we've done the BMW blue on the block, just something a little different. We're going to have a couple of blue touches, a bit like the blue stripe on the Kitcar. So we've gone through that. Didn't have to bore it. We've just re-ringed it. The bores are perfect. I know I don't do that on customers' vehicles, but it didn't warrant boring. We've had new shells, obviously balanced the crank assembly, gone through the cylinder head, done the guides, all the rest of it had the injectors service. We've got the Nuke Performance fuel system. So that is the tank that goes into the spare wheel well with the inset fuel, sort of the fuel pump, etc. internally. We've got the Nuke Performance fuel rail, which they do one specifically for the S50, which there we go. At the moment, we're running standard manifold. So at a later date, once we get settled in and get the car running, who knows, we might put a carbon airbox on that. But yeah, I'll just give you, as I say, this. I'm only repeating this, guys, because there's obviously people that are going to be new to this channel because it's a fairly new channel. So just bear with me. I'll just get these boxes off here. I'll show you this tank. You see there, look, we've got the Nuke Performance unit that goes inside the ATL plastic FIA tank, 45 litres, I think that is, or 40 litres, something like that. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful setup. It took me quite a while. It took me about 3 hours to build this up because it all comes in a million bits. But we've got the fuel level sender, obviously the internal pickup pump, the main pump, and all the rest of it. And we've got the breather kit to go in. We've got the fuel. There's the breather kit. Got a load of, there's the breather kit down there. We've got a load of bits to go in. The fuel cap, etc. looks really trick. So yeah, that's it. Can't wait, guys, for this E30. The only thing we've got to do now is when we get the car back from Mikey, we've got to do our measurements, get the suspension back on, do all our measurements accurately and order the wheels and the centre lock hubs. But that's the only thing we're going to be waiting on. Apparently it's like a 2.5, 3 month waiting list, but we're definitely going to get those for spring. So that's by then, hopefully, we should all be done. Can't wait. Got all the plastic windows, all the carbon spoilers and splitters and wing mirrors and all that upstairs. So yeah, cannot wait for that, guys. But so that is the E30. The Lambo spoke to Ricky this morning. The car was delivered Friday successfully. Got some photos of that from Ben, who delivered it. Thank you very much, Ben. Got a lovely trailer set up there, and he's obviously successfully delivered it. Absolutely cock on, the man. So yeah, Ricky messaged me this morning saying it's arrived safe and well. He's put it under cover and just waiting for the exhaust. So the exhaust, I spoke to Dave from Larini and he promised that the exhaust will be there the end of this week. Obviously it hasn't, because Ricky said it hasn't, or the beginning of next week. So I'm hoping the next couple of days Ricky receives that. It's going for a service, an MOT, and fit the exhaust, the Lamborghini GT2 exhaust. So that's the noisier version of the valved-ish version of the exhaust. So hopefully we get some lovely sound from that. And also he's going to map it a bit and get some maybe snap, clacker and pops out of it, a bit rumbly, I don't know. I did notice one of our comments from the last video. He said if Isaac was to get the snap, crackle and pops out of that, you could sort of forgive him because he's young, but someone of our age, we're going to look a right cunt, he says. But at the end of the day, mate, you don't buy an orange Lambo if you don't want to look a cunt, so I'm not bothered. Bring on the noise, bring on the drama, bring on everything the Lambo has to offer. Love it, absolutely love it. At the end of the day, someone's got to look a cunt, may as well be me, isn't it? So that's it, that's the Lambo. The Kitcar. Now this is the most important thing, the Kitcar. This or next week, Tommy's going to have that engine in. We've seen from the last video, he's overcome the clutch slave cylinder issue. Brilliant job. But a couple of people have been in touch with me actually by phone and said, listen, we've dealt with these things. Not like the Blade, they do suffer with oil surge. So it's very important we either get a dry sump system, which I'm finding very difficult to find for the Blackbird at the moment, or another option is the sump. So that is a pressurized cylinder of oil that's plumbed into directly into the oil jacket or the oil ways. If the car surges and the oil pressure drops, it electronically senses that and forces oil into the oil gallery. So you've got sort of 10 or 15 seconds worth of oil that goes in until the engine picks up from the sump again. So let me know down in the comments, guys, if you've had any experience with either of those, the dry sump or the sump. If the sump is sufficient and you say, yeah, that's good as gold, then we shall use that because it's job done. They do a kit for the Blackbird, plumb it in, jobs are good. And we were thinking of they do a plate that goes behind the oil filter, like a sandwich plate sort of thing, and it goes straight into there. So let me know your experience on the sumps, guys. I'll be really, really pleased if you could sort of give me some advice on that. Or if they do dry sump kits, where do we get one? But yeah, that's it. So hopefully, guys, as I say, in the main channel, if you haven't watched already, guys, go over to the main channel, like, subscribe onto this channel and also the main channel if you would, and hit the notification bell, and that would help us greatly. Honestly, it really would. And go over there. Isaac is going to be doing some videoing for you on the main channel this week. I might stick a video on this channel, but it's probably going to be centre parks and not much to do with cars. So if you're interested in what I'm up to, guys, head over there and watch it next time I put a video on. But until then, have a great week. I will be back properly, obviously, the following week, where we should have some good updates on at least the Kitcar. So we'll head over Tom's and see how he's getting on with it. But until then, have a great week, guys. See you then. Take it easy.